Frank Bruno or Anthony Joshua, two very similar fighters. North London, South West London, both leading amateurs, both champions of the world. Who's the best? Well, for me, Frank Bruno. Here is why I'll explain. Yeah, both won the biggest national amateur titles. Olympic gold medalist for Anthony Joshua in 2012, controversial decision, but he got it. And 1980, Frank Bruno against Rudy Piker, controversial decision, ABA final, massive event, the George Wimpy ABA final at Wembley, televised and all that stuff, a bigger event than it is today. Controversial decision, Bruno won it. Both turned pro fairly young, both guided, very much guided as golden eggs, and that to become so. So it was in 2012, of course, Eddie Earn had taken the reins, yeah, and guided him through, and of course Terry Lawless and Mickey Duff and George Francis was looking after Frank Bruno. And it would be fair to say he was fighting opponents that weren't capable of standing up to them in their infancy, and that's not the first time it's happened. That's the way it worked. But let me explain why I think Bruno was a better fighter. They both had similar issues. They both lifted weights. They both punched very hard. They had good jabs and extremely good backhand. I think Bruno had the better jab, but they both had very powerful backhands, yeah, left hooks and right uppercuts respectively. But stamina issues caused them both problems. That happened throughout their career, and it'll continue to happen throughout their career. They struggled in the latter rounds in certain fights. Now, why was it better? And let's look at their pinnacle. Best fighter probably Anthony Joshua ever fought was Vladimir Klitschko, yeah. Vladimir Klitschko was almost in his, I think he's in his 40th year, or he was 40, and here is where it's where I make Bruno better. He was actually getting outboxed and outfought and outpointed, and he pulled a fantastic right uppercut out to win that fight. And at this stage, I was a great big fan of Joshua. He was doing everything right, but he was second best.
Oh, another good by Klitschko. Right uppercut back. Oh, Klitschko got him.
Joshua's in trouble.
Yes, big trouble.
50 seconds to go in the round. Joshua with his hands
in the boxing department against a 40-year-old man. Now you have to remember, go back a little bit. And we saw Tyson Fury outpoint the 37-year-old Klitschko, yeah. So for this reason, I'm going to point out Bruno's, I think, best performance. Not when he won the world title. I think he had a real good go with Mike Tyson when he was in his pomp.
Tyson gets down with the left hook. Tyson looks one.
Come out there, he hurt him, he had a proper good go. He went 5 rounds. He went out in his shield, but I don't think it was his best performance. Many people still believe that the best heavyweight on the planet, you know, to ever live was Lennox Lewis. Many people believe that. And Frank Bruno was outboxing the great, brilliant Lennox Lewis for 7 rounds. And I don't think that's something that Anthony Joshua would ever have been capable of.
That's a good overhand right from Bruno. Did look that shook Lewis up a little bit, but he's still...
He's using his strength, he's forcing the fight, and he's using it very...
Both slightly fractured fighters, both big hitters, both stamina issues, very similar fighters, but I just thought Bruno had the better jab, and to be able to outbox somebody of Lewis's calibre, you know, not get a lucky shot, knock him down, being out, which he had been, to outbox him for 7 rounds, I think that was something that Joshua was not capable of. So it's my opinion on the old head-to-head between North London's Anthony Joshua and South West London's Frank Bruno, the boy at Wandsworth, the fan favourite, yeah. You let me know what you think, but for me, yeah, it was a Bruno, better boxer, at their pomp. This man couldn't quite outbox Klitschko, that and Joshua, but Bruno could outbox Lewis. We know that he didn't get the job done, and many defeats have followed for Joshua. But in my opinion, 2 London's favourites, I'm leaning with Frank. Frank Bruno was better than Anthony Joshua, in my opinion. Give me your take and feedback. Press that subscribe button, please, and a notification button. Let me know what you think, though. For me, Bruno. Over to you.